Hi, Joe and Kelly here, and welcome to the JNK Show.
This is a series in which we take any game, give it a review, and give you our opinion on it. So to start off with today, we've chosen to do Portal.
Portal.
Let's commence.
Portal is a first-person puzzle platform game developed by Valve Corporation, originally released as part of a bundle package called the Orange Box for Microsoft Windows, soon to be released on Xbox 360 and PlayStation later that year.
A year after its release in April 2008, it was available to download on Steam as a standalone game. It was also released as a standalone game on Xbox 360, and the name of it was Portal Still Alive, which included 14 additional puzzles.
So this game takes place in the Enrichment Center for Aperture Laboratories, which is a research center responsible for the creation of the portal gun, and according to some information presented in Portal 2, the location of the complex is in Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Upon starting a new game, you'll wake up in a cube-like room in which the doors are locked. Shortly after that, you will hear the voice of GLaDOS, who is basically a computer with artificial intelligence, and is constantly talking to you throughout the whole game. The things that GLaDOS say are not only to instruct you, but to create an atmosphere and develop the AI as a character.
Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science Computer-Aided Enrichment Center.
The only thing that you know about yourself is what GLaDOS tells you.
Like, for example, she tells her that Shell's adopted. And... You button in.
Sorry.
And that she's an orphan, and that she has no friends, but you learn further on into the game probably not to believe everything she says, because you find out that she's quite a liar.
Liar.
Pants on fire.
Liar.
Fun fact!
When in the underbelly, after walking across the long bridge, you come to an office-type hallway. You're given the option to go left or right. Going left takes you to the hallway to GLaDOS, but if you go right down the shorter hall, you come to an unopenable door with a window to the left. If you look through the window, you can see a short presentation detailing financial competition between Aperture Science and Black Mess, a joke that Valve created Portal using the same revolutionary shooter technology developed for Half-Life. So GLaDOS starts off by telling you the instructions about the upcoming test experience.
The first part of the game involves test chambers that will introduce the player to the game's mechanics.
Throughout the game, the test chambers will get harder and more challenging.
After completing the first few chambers, you are presented with the portal gun, which is a device that can create interspatial portals between two flat planes and will be used to help you get past the chambers.
As you get further into the game, you'll find out that you only interact with GLaDOS, and you'll start to notice that although she's been built to be helpful and encouraging, some of the things she says and does suggest insincerity and a callous disregard for her test subjects.
Didn't we have some fun, though? Remember when the platform was sliding into the fire pit and I said goodbye? You were like, and then I was all, we pretended we were going to murder you. That was great. I'm not kidding now. Turn back or I will kill you. I'm going to kill you. And all the cake is gone. Never mind, it's a mystery I'll solve later. By myself. Because you'll be dead.
The test chambers become increasingly dangerous as we get further. GLaDOS even gets Chow to go for a live fire course designed for military androids as a result of mandatory scheduled maintenance.
Fun fact!
If you go into any offices where there are keyboards and you pick it up, you might notice that some of the keys are yellow. The letters are A, S, D, E, R, H, N, I, and P. If you unscramble the letters, it spells out Adrian Shepard. He is the protagonist in the game Half-Life: Opposing Force. After completing the final chapter, GLaDOS congratulates, not by giving you the cake she keeps promising you, but by sending you towards a pit of fire, but luckily you have your good old trusty portal gun to save you.
At this point, GLaDOS tries to make out she wasn't really going to kill you, and she was only pretending, and she keeps asking you to come back and she will give you the cake.
Obviously, you don't listen to her and proceed forwards. At this stage, it becomes clear that GLaDOS may have killed everyone else in the centre.
So you continue to make your way through the maintenance areas and offices, following the graffiti messages on the wall that point you in the right direction.
All the while, GLaDOS is threatening us with physical harm and telling us we're going the wrong way.
Fun fact!
In Test Chamber 5, if you place both the cubes on the buttons, the doors will open. Then, shoot down the security camera and place the camera between the doors. If you take one of the cubes off the buttons, the doors will try to close, but they will jam on the camera. If you take the cube to the next room, then GLaDOS says, "You're not a good person, you know that, right?" This line is also featured later in the game. Eventually, you'll finally come face to face with GLaDOS. While still threatening you, a personality sphere falls off her, and you have to pick it up and pull it in the incinerator.
But as it happens, you find out the Sphere Core was preventing GLaDOS from flooding the centre with neurotoxin, which she previously did.
So a timer begins, and GLaDOS starts to fill up the room with neurotoxin. On the time limit you have, you must use your portal gun to alter the directions of the rockets that she's firing at you, so that they hit her instead. Every time you hit GLaDOS, a sphere falls off her and you have to pull it in the incinerator.
After you've destroyed the final piece, a portal malfunction tears the room apart and transports everything to the surface, where you see Chow lying outside the facility next to the remains of GLaDOS.
One of the final boss scenes was changed for a patch on the PC version and on the Orange Box version for the Xbox that was available to download a few days before Portal 2's announcement. In this version, you saw Chow get dragged away by an unseen entity, speaking in a robotic voice, thanking her for assuming the party escort submission position.
As the credits roll, GLaDOS delivers a concluding report by singing the song Still Alive, which declares the experiment was a huge success, as well as serving as an indication to the player that GLaDOS is still alive.
In our opinion, the game was great. It was a different kind of game. It was a game that saw you use your mind a huge deal to solve and make your way through different challenges. But the only downfall of it, though, it wasn't very long. But you can unlock additional modes. One of them can be unlocked near the halfway point of the game and is called Challenge Mode, which is basically the same test chambers but with added goals, like completing them as fast as possible with the least number of portals, or with the fewest footsteps possible.
The other one is Advanced Mode, which you unlock upon completion of this game. In this, levels are made more complex, with the addition of more obstacles and hazards.
So I suppose that kind of makes up for the game being so short, and this game was a huge success, getting amazing ratings and selling over 4 million copies, which is amazing.
So you can see this game was liked by a lot of people, and so made way for the second instalment, Portal 2, but we'll save that for another day.
Yeah! So, there you go, that was our Portal 2 review, hope you enjoyed it.
Portal 2?
Shut up, because you just said Portal 2. That was our Portal review. So,
Bye.
bye!